It's Chris Chat, episode 4, Meltdown at Walmart. Hello, friends. Welcome back. You know, I did not think we would have an episode 4 of Chris Chat after the very rocky episode 3 called I Love Bread, where I dressed up like Oprah and I ate bread and I talked about Gail, her wife. So, yeah, not a good response. Not everybody thought it was funny. I don't know if they didn't like me wearing a wig, whatever. But then, all of a sudden, we started getting people saying that they loved it. And they thought it was funny. And I think it had a record viewing on YouTube of at least 12 people. So after that, enormous response, enormous positive response. I decided to continue with Chris Chat, and this is episode 4, Meltdown at Walmart. I'll try to not make this a long one, because I know people out there like Billy Stritch say these are too long, and they don't watch them all, not till the end. And you know what? The good part's at the end, so I don't know why you just sit down. What else do you have to do? Sit down and watch Chris Chat. So, I go to Walmart a couple weeks ago, before I came down to P-Town. I had to get a whole bunch of stuff for my new apartment. So Walmart is a place to go where stuff is cheap. I don't usually like to shop at Walmart because of, the obvious. And so Seth Rudetsky don't say anything to me about it because, I'm on a budget and I had to buy a lot of stuff. So I go there, I buy towels, I buy pillows, just all kinds of crap that I need. And I get up to the checkout aisle, and there is a guy, an older man, and he's buying a barbecue. It's one of those cold barbecue, charcoal barbecues, not big, in a square box, and he's got it on the thing. And the checkout gal was trying to find the price, and and she was like going like this over the box, and she's looking at it, and she's turning it over, and she can't find the price. So I get closer and I see that her name is Amanda. And she was young. She was like maybe out of high school. I mean, aren't they always called Amanda or Brittany? So Amanda chewed gum. Now, not only did Amanda chew gum, but she snapped the gum. She snapped it. Now, there's nothing I hate more than snapping of gum, except perhaps when I used to live in Chicago and the girls on the bus would cut their nails with a nail clipper. That made me crazy. But snapping of the gum really irritates me. Now, I can't do the snap, so I have some bubble wrap here. So when I do Amanda snapping the gum, I do that. Like that. Okay? So Amanda finally finds the price. It's over in the corner. Oh, there it is. So he's like, oh, that's great. So he's gone. I get all this stuff. So she says to me, she says, and I know this is what they all have to say. Hello. Did you find everything you needed? I said, yep. So she gets a bag out, and she starts with like the face cloth. Now, she has to run it through the scanner. So she scans the price. Instead of folding it back up, she goes like this. And then she gets a bigger towel. She's doing that. Put that in. Then she gets another one. And then a big towel. She scans that. I said she's going to fold that back up. Please tell me she's going to fold that back up. Nope. So she shoves that in like this. And at this point, it's like that. And she reaches for another one. And I said, you know what? I think that bag's full. Huh? I said, I think the bag's full. Oh. Okay. So she tosses it on that round thing that spins around. And honestly, those things are terrible because you forget that you have bags. I mean, you forget. If it doesn't go all the way around and they don't tell you, you're going to leave a bag. Happens to me all the time. Okay, when I shop there, I don't shop there that much, alright? So, she gets another bag and gets another towel, shoves it in like that, unfolded, doing that, and then she grabs a bath mat. Now, mind you, I'm taking all this stuff back. That's why I left the price tags on, because it's crap, and I'm going to take it back eventually. So, she goes like this. She tries to put it in like this. I said, that doesn't fit. He's like, well, and I go, it doesn't fit. And I grabbed it like that. I said, I'll just take it like this. Okay. So put that over there. Put that over there. Another one of these. Started reaching for a bat. I just grabbed it. Okay, so this is the best part. She gets to the pillow. Big ass pillow. Now I think even an idiot would just give me the pillow and I'll put it in the carriage, right? No, that's what she does. And I go, that's too big for the bag. Ugh. So I take that and I put it in the cart. Next to the last thing, toothbrush container. You put your toothbrushes in, scans it, puts it in the bag. The final item is a soap dispenser. Now, she takes this. There's no price. I said, oh, all right, well, what do we do? And she says, I could call somebody. So, okay. Now, meanwhile, there's 8 people behind me. 8 people. Each register's filled with people. So, she picks up the phone, like this, and doesn't call anyone. It just goes, and then she says, I think everyone's busy. I said, all right, listen. I will pay for all this stuff. And then I will take this back and get one with a price and come back and pay for it. Okay. So I pay for everything. Put my card on the side. Go back. Get another one of these that has a price on it. Come back. And she's got a whole lot of people in line now. So I go up on the side of her register and I tap her on the shoulder and she's like slowly doing it. So slow. I mean, I think all her energy was chewing and snapping the gum. So I tap her on the shoulder and she turns and I went, I got one with a price. I said, I'll just pay cash. I don't use my card. And she says to me, and this is when I realized, wearing glasses, that I was going to push them back when I either heard something, dramatic, or I needed to say something dramatic. I was going to do that. You push the glasses up. So I looked at her and she says to me, you're going to have to go to the back of the line because I got a lot of people in line. And that's when I pushed the glasses up and I said, are you out of your mind? And she goes, what? And I said, are you high? I said, first of all, I spent 10 minutes waiting for you to find a price on a box that you couldn't find that was right there under your eyes. I said, then I waited while you slowly checked my stuff out. And you didn't even know how to put stuff in the bags. You didn't fold it back up. I said, you tried to put big things in small bags. I said, and it was ridiculous. And I paid over $300. And I told you I was going to come back and pay for that separately. I know, but you got to wait in line. You can't cut. I can't cut? What is this, high school? So I said to her, I didn't say that. So I said to her, I said, you know what? This is ridiculous. I said, I'm going to go talk to your manager. And you know what she said? I'll do this again. She said, go ahead. Go ahead and talk to my manager. I'm like, this is Mexico want to get fired? So I went, oh. And I know my face was red. Not just my eyes. It's blepharitis. Again, it's not a sty. It's blepharitis. So my whole face was red, and I know there was steam coming out of my ears. I storm over to the customer service, and believe me, there were some characters waiting in line to return stuff, at customer service. And there was one lady there, and I was like, "Excuse me," and she looks and she says, "Yeah," and I said, "I need to speak to a manager," and she said, "Well, you're gonna have to wait." You're gonna have to wait, and she points to the line, and I said, "No, I'm not gonna wait. I need to talk to a manager now." And so she looks at my big basket full of stuff, and then she realizes, okay, well, this asshole wasn't going to leave until he talks to a manager. So she said, "Okay, hold on." And then she says, "Front." So I'm waiting, and I looked at her, and I said, "Aren't you a manager?" "Yeah, but I'm called someone that's going to help you." So this guy walks up like this. He looked like the Sling Blade guy. I forget his name. And I was waiting for him to say, "I don't love them taters." So I said, "Are you a manager?" He said, "I'm one of them." I said, "You know what? It's okay. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to wait for her." Okay. So I stand there, and I looked at her, and she looked back at me, and I said, "I'm going to wait for you." She says, gives me that look, like, ugh, what the fuck? That kind of a look. So she says to the next, she takes the return from one person. She says to the next person, "Can you hold on one moment?" And the lady goes, "Yeah." And she's like looking at her phone, so it didn't matter, right? So she says, "What's the problem?" I said, "The problem is Amanda over at the cash register." I said, "First of all, she doesn't know how to bag. She's chewing gum and she's snapping it. Snapping gum?" I said, "Who snaps gum? Who chews gum at work?" She says, "Well, they're not supposed to chew gum." I said, "She's not just chewing gum, she's snapping it." She says, "Okay, but what's the problem?" I said, "The problem is that I paid for all this stuff," and I point to my carriage full of stuff, over $300. I held up the receipt. I said, "And then this didn't have a price." So I told her I'd pay for all that. I'd come back and pay for this separately. I went back, I came back, and then she tells me I have to wait in line again. She goes, "Oh, well." I go, "No, there's no well about it. I just want to pay for this." And she says, "Okay, well," and for a second I thought she'd say, "Go ahead and take it. Just take it for all the crap you had to put up with." She goes, "All right, well, you can pay for that here." I said, "Fine." So she pays, I pay for it and stuff and everything, and she goes, "Thank you." "No, I'm sorry." She did say she'd talk to Amanda, so that, and she said Amanda was new. So, yeah, well, you know what, then everything's okay. Amanda's new, and it's okay. So, that was it. That was my meltdown at Walmart. And I was furious for about, I don't know, another hour at least. So, that's it, folks. That's episode 4. Now, next week, episode 5. I'm going to have a guest. For the first time, Chris Chat will have a guest. And it's going to be the very funny Bobby Costello. So Bobby and I are going to be talking, and it'll be on Tuesday, which is the date of the California primary, so there might be a little bit of politics thrown in, and it should be fun. Now, Bobby is really, I've known him since the early 80s, and Bobby used to smoke, but he doesn't smoke anymore. But when I imitate Bobby, what I do is I imitate him how he used to talk when he smoked. Like he would talk, and he'd talk and laugh and blow the smoke out. So, just quick story, and then we'll be off. Okay, Billy Stritch, you're probably not even watching anymore anyway. So, we're in my car, and I said to Bobby, "Do you like my dashboard, Charlie Brown and Snoopy?" I showed the picture of it. I can show you. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Well, there it is. So Charlie Brown and Snoopy is on my dashboard, and I love it. You know, because it's about a boy and his dog. Me and Johnny. You know, you see the comparison. Although I'm not a child. So I said to Bobby, "Do you like it?" And he said, "No." I said, "What do you mean no? Why don't you like it?" "I don't like cartoon children." I said, "Cartoon children? That's Peanuts. Everybody likes Peanuts." "Then I don't like Peanuts." I said, "Why don't you like Peanuts?" "I don't like the lesbian girl that pulls the football away when the boy tries to kick it." I said, "Lesbian? That's Lucy. She's not a lesbian. She's in love with Schroeder. Schroeder plays the piano. Lucy's in love with Schroeder." Whatever. I said, "If anyone's a lesbian, it would be Peppermint Patty." I don't know if Peppermint Patty would have grown up to be a lesbian. I mean, these are kids we're talking about. But if anybody, it would be Peppermint Patty. Certainly not Lucy. And Peppermint Patty has a friend that actually calls her Sir. You see, that's why I don't like that shit. So that was that. So Bobby will be my guest on Tuesday for Chris Chat episode 5. Don't forget to watch. You can see Chris Chat episode 1, 2, and 3, Oprah Winfrey, I Love Bread, on YouTube. And you know, let's get the viewership up. You know, we might even get up to 20 by next week. All right. Have a good weekend.